Welcome back to the 99, where we are focused on brewing a better competitive commander. I'm your host, Patrick Marlette, with another Brew Wars episode, and I filmed this one a little differently than what you are accustomed to. If you're a longtime fan of this series, you'll notice the changes probably immediately. And if you haven't caught up with our backlog, well, I'll encourage you to do so now. Now, just like any other regular episode on the show, there is going to be a thank you for my Patreon members at the very end of this video, as well as a discussion over the topic of the month. That being, should competitive and casual have separate ban list? With the opinion of one random Brew Crew member voiced on that very topic at the end of this video. Now, without further ado, grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy another Brew Wars. Welcome back to Brew Wars, where we put the casual into competitive, all thanks to Sapporo Beer. Not a sponsor, but they could be. I'm your host, Patrick Marlette, and today I am rocking Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. This is a beast of a combo mander. There are, last I checked, over 80 combos that I've recorded for it, but as I modify it and update it, of course, new combo lines are added, and the deck gets more convoluted. I hope I know what to look for, and I hope my opponents also know what to look for fun times.
Definitely don't.
Hey fam, it's Rebel. Today I'm playing Gigantha Sisay as usual. The combo is pretty simple. There's not 80 in here, it's only one. You just tap this for Derevi and eventually get to Najila, and it's like that every single game. This time I'm changing it a little bit where it's like a little grindier instead of all turbo, just in case, Wizards decides to really release a card that like stops me from searching, and then I'm stuck doing nothing, right?
They'd never do that.
No. Why would they do that?
No.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Never have. Hey there, I'm Phil. I'm playing Godo Bandit Warlord. We're playing the big Godo today. Just like Rebel, really linear combo line here. We want to give Godo a hat. So the game plan will be to produce a lot of mana and get Helm of the Host and enter combat with Godo with Helm of the Host. At which point you're going to make a lot more Godos and stampede the board, or at least that's the intention. So we'll see how it goes.
Hey, it's Justin again, and I'm bringing back Naru Meha. I'm playing for all the kids that need to count to 7. I can't race any of these fools, but I'm going to try to Ghostly Flicker, Lithoform, Isochron. Yeah, Lithoform's in here. We got all the copy and clones. I want to get my own dockside today. It's going to be great.
Alright guys, we decide who went first and what's on second, and of course we have our hands now. So, with that, happy brewing and playing, babies.
Happy brewing,
Cheers.
babies.
Cheers to y'all.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
I know. Oh,
Really good choice on beer today.
thank you.
I agree.
I love, yeah, right? Rosé, the finest of beers.
Rosé all day.
Land. Okay. The hand I kept was 3 lands, a Simian Spirit Guide, an LED, a Fire Covenant, and an Eldamri's Call. I like that hand. Generally, when you're playing this deck, it's pretty good just to have like a lot of mana in anyways. So like, just looking at it, you have like 3 lands and like an LED and like a Simian Spirit Guide, so that's like 7 mana.
The hand I kept was not necessarily my favorite starting hand. It was going to lead to a much slower game, but the list is mid-range combo, so having 2 Forest, a Mana Vault, a Sensei's Top, and a Thorn of Amethyst is actually pretty good.
So I thought that hand was pretty good because Godo had to go down to 5. So I knew that if I had kept the 2 Mana Rocks, which was Mox Diamond, I usually hate that card. But if we have Mox Diamond and we have Chrome Mox having to pitch Swan Song, hopefully I would draw another card to pitch instead of Swan Song and Ancient Tomb. That's at least 4 mana. And then with 4 mana, having 2 blue rocks open and I mana drain something, I was like, okay, this is probably like a turn 2 Consecrated Sphinx. And if Godo can't answer that, then we're in the clear.
So this starting hand is interesting because the 2 cards that I binned were Helm of the Host and Welding Jar, which don't really do anything. And when you're on a 5-card hand and you get a turn 1 Mana Vault, it looks pretty good. and that Mana Vault can cast the Basalt Monolith. We've got a blue player here. We've got really 2 blue players, but one who's mono blue, so it seems likely that I'm going to be able to use this Mog Salvage pretty soon. And so there are a lot of playable cards here. The basic plan at this point is this is slow, this is a little bit more reactive of a hand, but when you're on 4 or when you're on 5, you're not going to go to 4. Godo going last is never fun.
Draw.
Your own
So
ghostly
you
flicker.
kept a hand to 7, yeah?
Yeah, I kept a hand of 7.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is good.
Scalding Tarn,
This is why.
and then a Lion's Eye Diamond.
Okay, that's a good start.
That'll be all.
All right, so I'm going second, which is great for me. Normally, I try to save Mana Vault for Ashaya casting, but in this instance, you know, getting out of Sensei's top and a Thorn of Amethyst before anyone other than Rebel plays feels pretty good.
That's a taunt.
That'll be all.
I'll take my turn. I had to go down to 6. Hope that didn't bite me in the butt.
Blow it up.
Don't I wish? What I will do though is I will tap out to play a Mana Vault.
Okay.
I'll tap that Mana Vault
Oh boy,
That's rare.
to play Sensei's Divining Top. I have 2 mana floating.
that's uncommon.
That's rare.
That's rare.
Oh!
Thorn to the Amethyst.
This is amazing. Yeah, it's fantastic. So excited to be on Brew Wars for the first time.
You have to do that, kids, in scenarios like this. You don't get very many opportunities where you can just lay stacks on the board like that. At any rate, I pass. I'm gonna put a die on this so I remember. I will forget.
I want to die on this. What you've just done.
The whole board.
Man,
You
good
know,
job going first. Way to be.
I'm gonna hit you like this.
I knew it.
I'm gonna hit you like this.
I'm gonna start off with the Ancient Tomb,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do 2 damage to myself.
He's gonna hit himself like this.
Stop
Because
hitting.
you already know, because I got a Mox Diamond, pay that tax.
This is the worst Monk's Diamond I've ever seen.
It might be. I gotta pitch a land.
Trini Diamonds are worse.
Yeah.
I got 2 lands in here. One that's better than the other. Castle Vantress is no more.
Bye bye castle.
Okay.
And then with the other one, I'm gonna Chrome Mox.
Hey.
Gotta pay that tax. And that Chrome Mox is gonna eat a Swan Song.
Yeah, so like Thorn of Amethyst, I did not see coming turn 1. Thankfully, we did have an Ancient Tomb, so I was able to still pay for both of my 0 rocks. But this at least put me a turn behind in trying to get that Consecrated Sphinx.
Fucking Ancient Tomb into fucking
Double
Mox
rocks.
Diamond
Nice.
and Chrome Mox. Are you what? Cards in hand.
Not many. 3.
All right.
That's it.
Now I went to 5, but I have more cards in hand than you, so
You do.
you know that's great.
So you're
I will
ahead.
draw for my turn. I'm ahead. Yeah, I'm winning. I'm winning.
Life-wise too.
Clearly winning. So when the Thorn of Amethyst comes down, this really ruins our plan. And that's because we only have 1 land in our hand, and we need to cast this Mana Vault. So luckily we rip a mountain off the top. We can't really make our turn 1 play, and that's too bad. But at least the mountain will potentially allow us to use this Mog Salvage later when someone drops an island. We're going to do a thing that Godo does very often, which is play mountains. And that's all I got for now, so, you know. I'm having a thorny time.
You got stacked out.
I'm having a thorny time.
I'm glad to hear
I'm
it.
gonna sacrifice Scalding Tarn. Any opposition here? No? Okay.
No
I'm just
opposition.
gonna-
Haven? No, none of that.
There is no opposition.
So what does everyone think about the Commander Legends spoils thus far? Let us know in the comment section down below. It's probably been officially spoiled at this point.
At this point,
No,
yeah,
no,
it's
no,
like
no.
It's released. No,
It's
this
plenty-
video
it's
is
plenty
releasing. It's spoiled next week, like first week of November. I'm
Wow.
pretty certain. So far, so good. It's okay.
I think it's a fun draftable set. Like, I'm excited for that.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Vamp Tutor again.
That
Those
was a
while they're
nice
cheap.
reprint. I like that. Well, you got a plat
Draw.
set.
A Taiga.
Like Taiga.
City of Brass, and then I'll pass. Very
Interesting.
slow.
City of Brass and Pass.
City of Brass and Pass.
Thank you, Thorn.
Upkeep trigger. I've got nothing for the Mana Vault, so I will take one. Do I want to? Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm going to tap to look at the top 3 cards of my library. On my upkeep for Sensei's Divining Top, does anyone have any actions for me?
All good.
Not today.
Yes. Yes. Not what I needed. This is good. Do it like that. I'll draw for turn.
We're in for a long game.
Oh, we are, and it's of no fault of mine. I think with that, we're gonna go ahead and pass.
Yes. Draw. Ooh, look at this. Feels good. Gonna take a lot of damage this game, I think. Play a Cephalod Colosseum. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Not factoring thorns.
The Thassa Destroyer.
Just, just a little flex a little bit and pass.
Okay.
All right, we'll draw a card.
I don't need to do much right now.
How was that?
It's really fun.
It's creature, right?
No. I'll explain later. I'll definitely explain later.
Oh, you had to turn one, dump your hand, but you can't anymore.
Yeah. Wheel me.
We found another basic mountain.
That's
I'm
good.
happy for you.
And then we'll pay an overpriced mana vault.
Hey. Nice.
Hey, Vault Bros.
Yeah, Vault Bros.
Bros.
Off to you.
I'll play
Disposition
a
agent.
tropical island, and then I'll pass.
It's getting dangerous.
Okay.
There's some really scary.
Interesting.
permanents in play.
Sculpting.
Just
Hand
waiting to
sculpting.
get to the Underworld Breach in hand, and also comfortably cast a Brain Freeze on top of that.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead, because I've got the green floating, I'll go ahead and look at the top 3 again. I know these top 2, but this one is the one I'm curious about. I'm going to organize them like such and draw this baby on my turn.
That one.
Big cheats. Yeah.
No,
Big
it's not happening. It's not
Savage
happening.
cheating.
Not happening.
Green ritual.
Let's go ahead and play a Foresti for turn. And then we'll also play a Priest. I'll tap.
Oh, so that is a good card for this list because it taps for more than one.
Well,
And you need that for Ashaya.
not
That
in
makes
this
sense.
instance, but you know, it will.
We'll get there, we'll get
it
there.
will. It will. Hopefully.
I've seen it in both.
So very glad to have Priest on the board. Hopefully we can get a Quirion Ranger and start doing things, because Quirion Ranger, Priest of Titania, and Ashaya equals infinite mana town.
And it's also
Pass.
a creature, which is
Pass.
super relevant.
I assume that's a priest of Titania, right?
Here we
Yes.
go. Ooh, good draw.
Priest
Priest
of
of
Dix.
Urabrosk. Yeah, get whichever one you see.
I'm gonna play a Seed of the Synod, and
Yo,
we're
that's an
not-
artifact right there.
Yo, I took out back to basics for this pod because look at this right now. It's not very good.
I'm hoping for that blood moon to show up at some point.
I'm gonna pass. I don't need to do anything right
Passing?
now.
All right.
Yeah, I'm at 6 mana. One more.
Well, that Blood Moon would be great.
It sure would.
Eh?
Don't do it to me.
Magus?
I have 2 blue
Big
sources.
sad. So we're gonna play Valakut Stoneforge and not Valakut Awakening.
Oh, a land.
Oh, is that on the
So-
back of Valakut Awakening?
It's a land on the back of Valakut Awakening
Yes.
that enters the battlefield tapped.
What are these?
What is this card? At this point, with the Thorn of Amethyst in play and with a grip full of artifacts, it's really important to make land drops, and this land drop was extremely important. Despite the fact that other chances I might have to draw other cards, that would actually cost mana to play, and I didn't have it. So making a land drop here was really helpful. I actually cut a different spell for it and didn't cut a land, and I'm really glad I did that. The flexibility of these cards is pretty excellent, and I was really happy to have drawn it, even though it's not really the intended purpose of the card. But big sad, need to make land drops for some reason.
That's what happens when you get a 5 and you got a Thorn of Amethyst on your side.
Not
Feels
the
good.
not the coolest of all time. Go ahead.
I will tap this for white. Take a damage. Is it this way? This way.
Down.
Bottom part.
Yeah.
White, green, and green. Eldamri's Call. I know it's hard to tell, but it's a proxy.
This was at the end of his turn.
And on his turn.
Already goes to
Ooh,
Patrick.
do I care about Eldamri's Call?
Come on, Green, do anything right now.
I don't really care about Eldamri's Call.
I just feel like I should be singing now.
All right, so
Even though I
what is the
said-
card, right? Is it Collective?
Stop his own LED? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, stop us on LE. I mean, I'm gonna pass priority on this.
I also pass priority.
Gonna look for the most balanced card they've made recently.
Dark side.
There we go.
Yeah,
Is it Dark Side?
It's definitely dark
It
side.
wouldn't be Dark Side. You'd never do that.
that'd be foolish. With this board,
Join the dark side.
I mean, there's only 1, 2, 3,
Oh yeah.
4,
2, 3,
5,
4,
6,
5,
7 artifacts.
Why
and
would you run
enchantments.
see the side on Justin? Well, sometimes you gotta hit that Mox Opal count.
Yeah, or just give your opponent's dark side one more treasure.
It's Naru Meha group hug. You know, you're a nice guy.
That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like.
Mana Confluence.
Man, a confluence.
How much does Doxa
It
make?
was a good joke.
1, 2,
7.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Provided all those artifacts
Measly.
stay in play.
Measly 7.
7.
Can anyone crack their artifacts?
There's a top
Oh,
in
the
play.
top can go back on top.
I know what's on top too. Hint. I know what's on top.
Deny that dockside one more treasure.
I mean,
I'll do it. Take another damage.
Oh,
Free mana.
Dockside is 2 mana
for
though.
3.
He's a non-creature.
Oh, the thorn.
Being able to read cards is something. Oh,
with that on the stack, I'm gonna go ahead and tap to look at the top 3. Yeah, interesting. The question is, how good is one more treasure? Is the real question.
With the Amethyst in play,
Right? I don't know either.
seems good.
It seems pretty good. We're gonna crack this, right? Draw a card. It's on the stack. Does anyone want to do anything while this is on the stack?
Pass priority
No,
on
you're
that.
good.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
That's fine.
I'll
I'll
draw
let that
this.
resolve.
The
Dockside is now
trying
on
to
the stack.
resolve, Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got technically 6 of it ETBs.
What do you think about your priority? You
Well,
passing it?
upon resolution, no.
I'm passing.
I'm gonna try to mana drain it.
You paid 3, right?
I paid 3 for that.
Is 2 better than 6?
Yeah, so at that point, I really felt like mana drain. Ideally, it was to pay for the Consphinx, but if I could hit that dockside was going to land for 7. And it's a lot he can do with 7 mana on his turn.
Was it 7?
It was 7.
Yeah.
It was 7.
Actually,
Ridiculous.
technically 6 because you're gonna bounce the sensei's top, but I'll pack it.
It's gonna pack it. That's how important the dockside is.
That's interesting. 4 cards in hand. I'm going to pass priority.
I'm gonna pass priority.
I'm thinking. So we've got this counter war going on, which is always a great time in a deck like Godo to interact with the board somehow. And so I have a choice. We've got Rebel, and Rebel's about to make a ton of treasure tokens. Thankfully, they also played a tropical island, so we can play this Mog Salvage. The other target is potentially this Thorn of Amethyst. And Godo, as a generally stacksier deck, is actually okay with a Thorn of Amethyst most of the time because you can get away with making a lot more mana than your opponents. I'll respond. Because one of my opponents controls an island card, I will play a 1 mana.
You actually don't have an island.
I've been waiting for you to play freaking island. I'm so happy you got that job.
God bless you.
I'm gonna Mog Salvage, which destroys a target artifact, and I'll destroy the LED.
He looks perplexed.
So it feels like the right decision here is to use this on this Lion's Eye Diamond. Rebel's about to make a lot of treasure tokens, and I just want to slow down any shenanigans that are about to happen here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. This is gonna pack this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll remember that trigger.
Thank you.
I protected it with a Pact of Negation because technically I can play Gigantha and tap Gigantha on my next turn with my lands to pay for the Pact. It's a little dangerous, but that's a thing. I could have cracked my LED, and now thinking about it, it might have been pretty good, but at the time I had like a Fire Covenant, also like an Abrupt Decay, so I was kind of scared that if I went that deep that like Godo just plays Godo, or like Ashaya plays like, I don't know, like something that lets you go infinite mana and I just lose.
Now we'll
yeah.
that trigger.
Do you want to... You got... Yeah.
Okay, we tried.
Probably should just crack that.
Good move, Phil.
Yeah.
The deep contemplation.
game.
Yeah, ramp game.
Got him.
Mog Salvage, check it out.
Great card in this deck.
Yeah. Get your signed copies now.
It's not really Ram Gang versus 99. It's like
No.
you turn against you turn against your fellow teammate.
We've turned against. I turned against Rebel for sure.
I'm wondering if I make... No, it's a bad move.
If it's a bad move, I think it's the
a lot
right
of
choice.
treasures, a lot of time.
It's usually the worst moves that you want
That are
to
the best
commit
moves.
to.
Yeah.
I'll
Pain.
do that actually. I'm going 6. Oh, minus 2.
With my 6 treasures, I'll go to 6.
Pretty good. I'll just
So
move this to
far.
my hand.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Jeggy to the
yeah.
hand. Jeggy to the hand.
Yeah. Is it 3 for compadres? Yeah. Okay. I like it.
Take 1. Take
Cool.
2.
What's on the back of your Giganta?
Oh. It's like a professional artist altar on there.
I love it.
Have to get a
It's
close-up.
like a reindeer.
Yeah. It looks just like it. Yeah.
I mean, it's actually. Can you flip it over again?
I don't even recognize that.
What's the other side?
Yeah.
Which is
That's an
which one's
artist
the
proof.
proxy?
That's an artist proof.
This one, yeah.
This is the proxy.
You can tell by the shitty foiling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the pure white one doesn't crinkle.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
nice. I'm gonna go ahead and take my turn, I think. So untap.
Hey, we lived.
We lived.
We lived for a little while.
Woo!
We did it.
Woo!
No.
There's nothing for me to do aside from potentially pay for this, which I think I'm just gonna eat another life. Did I take a life last time?
That was smart. Yeah, look, you're 37.
Yeah. And let me see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. That is Ashaya mana. And you know what? Why not? I'll tap out for that. I'll tap that. Wait. Ooh. No.
Oh.
There's other things.
Oh shit.
There's other things that are equally as good. At this point, I am looking at my hand. I have an Eternal Witness. I have Finale of Devastation. And I know that pumping out a Collector Ouphe would reasonably stop a lot of the game at this point. Justin has his Seed of Synod out, 2 Mana Rocks he laid down on his first turn, still with Thorn of Amethyst, and obviously I understand Godo likes to work with a lot of artifacts as well. So making sure I push that was important. I'm going to cast a Finale of Devastation.
Oh.
And I'll cast Finale for uno, dos, the cost, the tax, x equals 2.
Not your mother's Ouphe.
It's not your mama's. Ooh.
Can I read?
Oh, please.
I want to refamiliarize myself.
I'm personally passing priority on this because if I had something, I would have done something with the Pact of Negation.
I also pass priorities.
Yeah,
Oh.
you salvaged hard.
I'll float a green and a black. Go ahead.
A green and a black.
Might be a trophy.
At the moment, I floated a black and a green. I could have floated one more because I'm pretty sure that he knows I have a way to pay for the Thorn of Amethyst. But I was kind of hoping that like he just thought I was dumb, which is fair. And
Okay, well, I'm resolving this right now, and we're going to go ahead and, if I can even find it, it's at the top of my deck. I suppose it's at the top of my deck.
Was it the next card?
Did you see it with the top?
No, I did not. Can you imagine? Yeah, before I did that. I'm going to grab a Collector Ouphe.
Oof.
Check it. Check it. And I'm going to move to combat.
I have things to do.
I pass
so
priority.
technically, I'm floating this.
Oh, that's fun.
Welcome to Theros.
Welcome to Theros,
I'm
everybody.
gonna exile Seaman Spirit Guy for a red. Yep. And then I'll Breath Decay.
It's fair. I know Rebel's not stupid. I know she's conscious that there is still a Thorn of Amethyst out. So I have to push the play regardless, and knowing that Hewitt is in my hand, I'm going to do it anyways. At this point, I have 2 options. I get the Finale back, in case I'm able to go to Combo Town, which is Quirion Ranger at this point, or the Collector Ouphe back, depending on how the game's going. We're going to have to figure that out. Glad we wasted it.
No, but you're
And with that-
you're getting rid of treasures. There's
You
a
wanna-
pack trigger
you
coming.
wanna-
Like, you know.
What would I have done? Ancient Tomb and Cephalid Coliseum?
I'll pass.
It wasn't about you.
Saved me. Saved me.
It was about pack triggers.
Oh. Oh, yes. Look at that.
He was coming
Here's your
at me
island,
with that
Misty
Ouphe.
Rainforest. Hey, we're gonna do 1, 2.
Stop hitting yourself.
I can't. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna try to resolve a Consecrated Sphinx.
Whoa.
That's why we kept the hand.
Don't I wish my Collector Ouphe was out?
I pass priority.
Draw some cards, draw some cards.
You're good.
Oh, that feels so good.
Great.
Here we go. Now, our man, move over. We're gonna draw some cards.
It's a Con Sphinx game now.
All right.
It's a Consecrated game.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
end the
I want
turn.
to turn off the Seed of
One
Synod.
Draw a card.
Double draw.
Play an emergence zone.
This game just got rough.
Listen, this was all the opener right here.
I was going to be greedy, but I said, you know what, look, if you're going to waste the Elvish Spirit, whatever in your hand, you do that. I knew it was going to be bad. In my gut, I just felt it. I could feel a sphinx in my gut.
That would be very uncomfortable.
Every time I play against Naru these days, I see Consecrated Sphinx. Every time we play, you play Consecrated Sphinx. I'm like, this is mana for Consecrated Sphinx.
This is an extremely difficult decision.
It's alright, kill it. I'll help you make the decision.
I do not have cards that hit for 6.
No?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Lightning Bolt, a braid, and pay for the tax.
Got him. All right. We'll play a 2-mana/3 mana Strionic Resonator.
Oh, okay. So I haven't seen this card in a while.
It
Last
copies
time
a
I saw
trigger.
it was for like the rats, right? The rat deck.
No,
No,
that's
you're thinking
Roman
Drumming
Stone.
Stone.
I don't know this. Explain it to me one more time.
Just copy a trigger.
It is 2 mana tap, copy a trigger. So when
Okay, so
Godo
you want a
comes
double
into
Godo.
play, you can do them twice.
Okay.
Mhm.
Triggers, he controls them. So,
Okay.
yeah. No opponent dock sides.
No, exactly.
Maybe his own?
What does Lithoform do that? No, I don't think so. Okay.
Goodness gracious.
Pay your taxes.
Go to one treasure. The Consecrated Sphinx kind of sucks, but I have a Fire Covenant, so the timing is a little awkward because I kind of want to let the Con Sphinx be there, and then the Godo come out, and then I can kind of pay 3 mana and just kind of kill everything in one go. So like, kind of sucks letting him draw a lot of cards. But at the same time, like, if I spend my Fire Covenant and kill the Consecrated Sphinx, Godo's like, cool, I win now.
Big
I
chance.
will draw, you can draw 2.
Oh my god.
And then I will play Forbidden Orchard, and then I will pass.
Stop. Okay. I will just think about my life on my upkeep here. Give it a trigger. It's been really fun taking damage.
We'll help you do more of that.
Thank you. No, well,
Yeah.
that ensures it. But I think it's going to go your way or your way. You know this list doesn't care about life, right? Yeah, I'll pay for the upkeep trigger on Mana Vault, so I won't take any damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll draw a card.
I'll draw some more too.
Great. Great stuff. Love what I'm seeing here. I will do this, though. I will also
Hey!
play an MDFC.
Very good.
Turn Timber Symbiosis? No, it's Turn Timber Serpentine Wood.
Turpentine Warbs.
Serpenterber.
Oh, Minotaur's tapped.
Yeah, that's right. Always run the Mythic Bolt MDFCs. Always run them. You know why? Because you can do this.
Play cards.
You can play
Senses
magic
Divining
cards.
Top with the tax off the top. What? I've got generic for you. And I will pass.
Oh yes.
Life is rough.
Consecrated Sphinx survives a full turn. Beautiful.
That's how you know it's going bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll play an island. Our first one this turn. For this game, actually.
If you're playing a second island this turn, I'm going to have some questions.
Feels good.
Yeah, we get that far.
How's that going?
High Tide? Is this the moment?
Oh, I wish.
Worst high tide of all time.
Yeah, pay those taxes for
Do
me.
some artifact lands. And let's
So
go
true.
ahead. Let's play attacks here with the Mox Diamond.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try to Ristic Study.
Hmm.
Do you not have enough cards, or
Not
I'm
yet.
just checking? All right, just checking. Just
It
wanted
takes
to
a
make
lot
sure.
to
Wait,
win.
wait till he does the phantasmal image to get his consigs
Awesome.
again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is going well. Where's my red blast?
All right.
I'd really like to do that. Yeah, that's a go.
I mean, I don't think anyone's. Yeah, no one's responding to that. I
Okay,
don't think.
um,
Sadly,
One card in hand.
I have
That's a good one.
two.
Two cards in hand.
It's a good one. And I can cast it
We
with
might
Mana
just
Vault.
be okay here. Because how much mana do we really need to keep open? I'm gonna slap somebody.
The Glee.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna throw. Oh, he's only a 4/6. Consecrated Sphinx. She. Smacking Rebel.
Can you give us a riddle every time you swing?
Here's the riddle for you.
Mm-hmm.
What
What's for it?
survives a full turn cycle and evades Pyroblast?
Not you.
That's the turn.
All right. Really poorly costed basalt monolith. Anyone?
Paying for the
I'm not
tax.
paying for the Ristic tax.
That means Justin can draw.
No. You can draw.
That's a good one.
I'm done. As long as that resolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool.
Is it? It's not cool. None of this is cool. I'm so
It's
sad.
okay.
I'm waiting for it.
Trigger on the stack. Trigger on the stack. Stifle.
Oh.
That felt good.
Stifle.
Stifle.
Oh, I have the Stifle.
We got a lot of things. A lot of things.
How do I have the lowest card count right now? Am I really casting the most
The
spells
lowest
this game?
card count in your hand?
Yeah.
Because I'm rolled a 5.
And I kept 6.
Bro, you have more permanents, though.
I guess so.
Look at all the permanents you have in play.
I did hit those land drops, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty important when you play the Thorny Boy.
It is important.
Sorry, big thinkies here.
It's okay.
Got that big think. Got a big think.
He's got a big
Think. Big think coming.
You could see it in his eyes.
But he can't see.
The eye of the lion.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Here.
He's got 10 mana. He has
I have 10
yeah.
manas.
Very close to the goads.
Very close to the
Almost
goats.
touching goad.
Just right on the goad.
Right?
Right here.
No, it's technically you need 11, right?
The precipice
so
of goad.
11 and a red.
11 and a red?
One of them needs to be red.
One of my favorite rom-coms. 11 and a red.
Yeah.
How many?
Classic.
How many?
Artifacts do I have?
Yeah.
I have 1, 2, 3 artifacts plus an enchantment.
4. Here's 3.
That
Yep.
would be 7, yeah.
7.
8, 9, 10.
I'm gonna attempt to play a Teferi, not paying for the Ristic Study because I want to recast it. I have to take 2 damage.
So Teffers is on the stack.
Yep. Tefers is on the stack.
The Teferi basically says you can only play things
At sorcery speed.
at sorcery speed, which is really bad for Naru when we try to win.
Also bounces Dockside.
Also bounces Dockside.
And there's enough Dockside mana available.
Yeah, like I'm not a huge fan of that.
If Dockside gets bounced, we can no longer interact.
So then you ask Justin with this amount
Justin,
of cards in
save
your
us.
hand.
Justin, please save
Please
us.
save us. Pain for tax. Attempt to rapid hybridization targeting Dockside.
Okay. I get a...
3/3 little brine frog lizard.
Teferi's kind of dangerous, like, all the time when you're playing, like, hard casting him, because if you don't win, then, like, most likely the next person will win. And I was really trying to, like, either bait, like, a counter spell on it. Totally didn't see that rapid hybridization, it's hard to pronounce, on the dock side.
Well, Teferi back on the stack. Anyone? I am going to pass priority on that now.
I pass priority.
I
warned you for it.
Kind of the
Wait,
problem.
the 3 of us are playing at sorcery speed.
Oh, I've been throwing it at him.
No, throw it at the Teferi.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he's gonna get smacked.
He's gonna get smacked by a giant
See,
sphinx.
if I bounce this, and then
Mm-hmm.
he replays it, but he has mana for the Godo, we lose.
It turns out he will have mana for the Godo. That Collector Ouphe was up, you know?
True. So Teferi's a super interesting card for us. If it stays on the board, it makes our combo much harder to interact with, and that's great. So I want Teferi to stay around, and I'm hoping that this Consecrated Sphinx is going to get bounced, but I think Rebel, sees an onboard win here. I mean, with the amount of mana I have, this Trionic Resonator, it's going to be pretty straightforward for me to win the game from this point.
I'm the only one who doesn't care about artifacts. Except I'm using more than I ever normally do. I think there's 6 artifacts in
I was going to say, this seems like a very artifact-heavy green deck, but
No, there's 6. Half of them on
50% of the
board.
artifacts are
Yeah.
in play.
I'll bounce this one. It says creatures, artifacts, and enchantments, I believe.
Was she bouncing?
Basalt.
Basalt. Which lets me draw a card, so that happened. I kind of wanted to bounce this
Trigger,
shit.
trigger.
Feels so good.
And then I will pass.
Okay. Now, unlike previous episodes of Brew Wars, there will be a brief brew break in the middle of each video for us to catch up on the actions of the game and, of course, grab another refreshment. So I'll encourage you to do that during this intermission as well. But if you've watched up until this point, well, there's a Dockside and a Lineside Diamond in someone's graveyard, and that usually spells trouble in a 5-colored list. So Rebel is in a good spot. And after landing that baby Teferi and bouncing the Basalt Monolith, although not necessarily what you want to do, is very fortunate for all of us because Godo was about to live that dream. That homeless barbarian was about to get a helmet put on its head. So I know Phil is probably a little upset about that And Justin, well, I don't know how much card draw he needs to make his goal come to fruition, but I'm pretty sure a Consecrated Sphinx and a Rhystic Study is going to help make that dream come true. And unfortunately, poor little me, all I wanted to do was put a Collector Ouphe into the field. It's not even necessarily what I want to do. Trust me, Finale of Devastation, don't like wasting on a Collector Ouphe, but when everyone's relying on artifact strategies, you kind of have to do something to put the board down. And well, I definitely tried, and I felt it in my gut. I knew trouble would arise if that Ouphe got removed, and it was premature. My poor red-headed friend. Now, gang, if you enjoyed this video and you enjoy the content I put out, I want you all to know that these Brew War episodes, they do take much longer to edit now. I can attest these last 3 days have been an interesting challenge for me. I usually don't edit videos this way. So these are going to come out once a month at most. So you all know I'm trying to elevate the standard of the gameplay episode on this show. And of course, if you want to help me produce the content you see here, the best way to do so is sharing these videos. I never encourage you to do that, but if you enjoy this, I would love it if more people saw it. And of course, you can also help support the channel by being a member of the Patreon. So all the pledge goals and benefits are in the description down below, and I'll encourage you to check that out. And as our Brew Babies and Brew Crew members know, you'll be thanked at the end of this video for all of your support. And even if you aren't currently a member, you're still going to get thanked in that end roll for your previous support. So thank you guys so much for helping out with the production here. I really appreciate it. Now, without further ado, let's jump back into this menacing game. I think the first order of business is going to be to put Ashaya down. So I'm going to tap the Mana Vault to pay for this 3 generic. And I'll also tap the Serpentine Wood and a Forest to play Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. You can draw a card.
At this point, I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter anymore.
I mean, I think it's okay. Plus, I know we can't interact with me. That's always fun. I'm going to cast Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness.
Am I going to draw?
You may. You may. So with the ETB on the stack, I know for a fact that this will only cost 2 mana to cast Collector Ouphe, which will stunt the board. So what I'm going to do is trigger on the stack. The target's going to be Collector Ouphe. I'll generate 3 mana, and I'll look at the top of my library. So I'm going to be floating 2 green with the Guy's Cradle. The best thing I could do was use the Sensei's top, check out the top 3. If Quirion's there, go ahead, grab Collector Ouphe anyways, and play them both out. If I could just top deck the combo piece, then I could go off, but I don't have it. 2 mana floating. Get the Collector Ouphe back to my hand. I'm gonna go ahead and cast a Collector Ouphe for 2. You can draw a card.
I can't. It's a buried.
Can't do anything. All right then. Not quite how I wanted to spend my turn. Still a Teferi on the board. It's looking very good for Justin. And I will pass.
I'm going to start this off.
But not enough, man.
An Ancient Tomb. Paying for tax for a Grafdigger's Cage. I think we're going to lose 2 life.
Cannot tap that.
Oh no.
Seed of the Sinai!
Collected.
Seed of the Sinai!
I was up. I know.
Got oofed.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
Here.
It's not like it really.
Paying for tax to the taxing probe.
You're gonna look at.
We're gonna look at Rebels.
So Justin's looking at like a Rhystic Study, a Fire Covenant, my Sevine's Reclamation, which is kind of important because if you remember, my Dockside's in the graveyard, so he might be like, yo, there's like a Dockside in the graveyard and a Sevine's.
Okay, I like this.
All collectively decide to take a drink.
Yeah, there was nothing else to
Good
do.
moment.
There.
Yeah.
Just let it ride here.
And this break was sponsored by Gitprobe.
Play Gitprobe when you already have a shit ton of cards in your hand and get more, because we don't have what we need.
I'm gonna end up throwing the Sphinx at the ferry.
Ooh. Open the board, why don't you? You didn't get
Board's
this.
open.
Mistakes!
I'm gonna go to gonna discard. I'm gonna discard a lot of cards.
Love it.
Let's just all stare at Justin as he discards all the cards. I'm just gonna drink and watch it.
I feel like I just touched the
Sisay
face
is
of
the
God
first
when I reached into the grave for Collector Ouphe. I feel like I just was graced by God.
First chance reversal.
You saved me, Ouphe.
The worst time.
He looked at the seat. He thought he could take a seat.
That card says Sisay doesn't do anything.
I know.
It's so stupid.
What we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still gotta get rid of a lot. Scalding Tarn.
Copy artifact is memes. That's very funny.
What else we got? Oh, we got
Play to the Thorn.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
Rough.
Drop the thorns.
Just thinking about all the ways we could win here. Because Collector kind of shuts off a lot. So we need to draw some bounce, maybe.
Thank you.
That ugly little... He's an ugly ginger is what he is.
And he is. He definitely is.
Love him.
I can say that as a ginger.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
this is
right.
a lot.
I say
So
that.
what we
That's
gotta
That's
get?
right, audience.
I'm like, I have a mild ginger syndrome. Just a little bit.
Prismatic Vista. One more.
This is why I didn't pay the Ristic.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I knew that.
I knew this.
I knew that.
I knew this. I'm like, if he didn't find the Chain of Vapor, thing is, he could just do the chain and then do the thing off turn, but not enough mana to do the thing.
Baral.
Oh, a compliance officer.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I feel good.
You're ready to draw some more cards there?
I'm ready to draw some more cards.
Interact off turn. That's fun.
And that's it.
Okay. Not much to do on this side.
Ooh, more cards can't use.
Can you do it now?
With
Yeah.
Collector Ouphe in play?
Now might be safe. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Treason's Ogre.
So at this point, we are trying to claw our way back into this game. The Thorn and the Ouphe all at the same time is a little too much, and I'm not drawing much interaction. I've got a lot of artifacts in my hand, and I have this decision about whether or not I should replay my Basalt Monolith for 4, or if I should hold up some interaction. And when you're at a table with a Godo player and they don't replay a spell like Basalt Monolith and they leave red mana up, it is a pretty clear signal that there's some interaction there.
I'm going to pass because I got nothing to do. Big sad.
Tap. Draw.
I'm sorry, Godo. And by extension, Phil.
Yep.
He's okay. It's okay.
He's doing fine. That,
He's got his goat.
that homeless barbarian.
Yep.
Yeah,
He needs his hat, you know.
poor guy.
You know what? Godo can have a token.
I got
Oh.
spirit. I got spirit. Yes, I do.
It's pretty sweet.
I guess I'll use one of my Godo tokens for this because we're not using them for the game.
Attempt to cast Chicken
That is a that is a gigantic cast.
Jaggy time.
for the manas.
Okay, big old boy. 5/5.
Elemental.
I'm okay with the Jags.
Yep.
Just
now
in case
now
you
I
didn't-
recognize it.
okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it didn't look as sharp.
Mm-hmm.
It looks way more sharp.
Yeah,
this
like
way.
up there,
Yeah.
4K. They're like, holy shit, that is
Wow.
crisp.
You can
Real
read all
crisp.
the,
The art on
rule
that.
text.
Yeah.
Know exactly what he did.
Enjoy the art.
Is there
really
flavor?
beautifully.
Is there
No,
flavor?
there can't be. There's got to be so much rules text. Yeah, no flavor.
So yeah, results. I'm happy with it.
I passed
Yeah.
priority. Well, I
like
get
that one.
priority last, so I'll wait.
Off to you.
But you were talking all about how you were, so close to winning. So I feel like this untap step gets you here.
That's a fairy. I need to fairy. I really,
Oh, yeah, I see.
I really need to fairy right now. Open mana, open mana, open mana. Well, no, I lied.
Yeah,
open
fear,
mana,
fear my open mana. Yeah, fear it. Roar.
You told me about your bolts and you told me
there are a
about
couple
your
bolts.
braids. Okay, I know you have stuff to
It's
kill
pronounced
things.
Abrade.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Have some class. It's Opera Day.
It's Abrade.
We're gonna just go ahead because we should. I'll go ahead and cast a spell. We're gonna cast Uncage the Menagerie. We'll cast Uncage the Menagerie though. This is gonna be weird. I'll tap a Collector Ouphe. These Forest. Okay, so this is just gonna pay for that. This is my own self-imposed tax. This is the Ristic, and that's it. I think. So I'm gonna get two twos. Two twos.
You're making some tutus.
Making some twos.
Ballerina prance all around.
I know what one of them is.
Good.
I will see. I will see.
See. I mean, yeah, you're the man here, so.
I'm the man here.
The man, damn it! I'm the man, damn it! He was in the mirror earlier. Like, I'm the man, damn it! I'm gonna have
The
to
man
stop
has
this.
because I feel like he could win here, and
He was
Ranger.
talking about winning the game last orbit.
I know.
With Quirion Ranger.
Oh,
and
yeah,
this.
sure.
I'm a double
So
fetch.
I need to be able to make 3 mana
Double
to
fetch.
produce a win. with Scrib Ranger, which is what this would fetch. So I can't win if you look at my board in actuality.
But you said there's 80 combos.
Exactly. I mean,
So what's the other combo?
There's just a labyrinth in here.
The best
of
thing I could grab
possibilities.
Can't fall for this trick.
would be Lotus Cobra. And that still doesn't give me enough mana. But you can counter it.
Just in case. Because I'm so close.
Because he's so close. He's almost ready.
I'm almost ready.
Do you threshold?
I'm trying to muddle this mixture. Oh, I'm beyond threshold.
Counter
Beyond threshold.
instant or sorcery, and that's paying the tax.
It's paying the tax.
Did I have a win with Uncaged the Menagerie? Am I a liar? Well, I would have loved to look at my list to figure that out. But the two things I had in mind were Scrib Ranger and Lotus Cobra. And unfortunately, that combo doesn't reliably net me a win. Because with Scrib Ranger, you have to generate 3 mana. And despite the fact that Scrib Ranger ETBing with Lotus Cobra makes me a mana, I didn't have a way that was haste enabling my Scrib Ranger to tap that out for mana. And or my Priest of Titania was still only tapping for 1 mana. What I am going to do, though...
Oh, no. Stop looking at my board.
Swing at someone...
I'll block you.
Only because you don't have any blockers, and I might as well...
Punish the winner.
No. Because if he doesn't win soon, he's on a clock. I just have to hit him 2 more times. Obviously, the best person to target was Justin, so far ahead of the rest of us, and also no blockers at this particular moment. So with a 7/7, that's a 3-turn window. Hoping to get in there, hoping to damage him out. I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to swing at Naru. You're never going to block me. You can block me with that, but whatever.
The 19.
We're going to pass. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Untap.
7.
Here we go, Naru. Here we go. On up, Keith.
Here we go, Naru. Here we go.
We are going to Chain of Vapor, targeting the collector Ouphe.
Thoroughly expected to get chained. Totally accepting of that fact. I knew it was going to be on the Ouphe. I was going to send the chain back Justin's way. Now, at this point, he's got a lot of advantage already. He can just recast the thing should he need to. But what's fun about these chain cards, any of the chain cards, is that you can continue the chain so long as people are willing to do so. So at this point, I need to strip advantage away from other players as well to hopefully level out the board. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and accept. Now, I'm going to...
Did you say you had a colorless floating, Justin?
Oh yeah, I do have a colorless. Look at that.
There you go.
Okay, look at you. I will copy
Can't
the
help
Chain
you
of
with this
Vapor.
one.
So I'm going to go
Copy the
ahead
Chain of
and
Vapor.
sacrifice a land. I'm going to sacrifice the Serpentine Wood. It's going to switch back to being Turn Chamber Symbiosis in my grave.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to bounce something. Fucking this. You can't tap that right now, can you?
Nope.
You either continue the chain or you don't.
I won't.
And you won't?
Not out of spite, but if you
You
bounce
won't?
this,
You won't?
I'll keep continuing this chain.
I'll
I mean,
bounce
there's
it.
no- there's-
I'll bounce it.
You should
We
get to the point
bounce
where
something.
if
You
we
bounce
get
something.
if we get to the point where 1 mana makes all of the difference,
Then
then we'll
I guess
then
you should have
we'll-
continued the chain.
Then you should have targeted over here.
No, the Chain of Vapor, I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to take everyone down a peg.
chain's like so awkward like this because like the optimal play is to like try and get as much value as you can with the chain. But like, so it totally makes sense that you want to change Jegantha. But from my position at that point, I actually really needed Jegantha to pay for mana to cast spells to break out of this lock with Grafdigger's Cage and use Savine's Reclamation for like more Dockside mana. So I kind of had to threaten that like, if you bounce my Jegantha, I won't continue it. So hopefully, you know, he would not do that. But he did.
If you want to
That's
assist, you can assist.
fair.
Otherwise,
To
I
me,
will...
if you bounce this, my chance of winning is much lower, so I'd rather just let him have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chain of Vapor results. We're gonna have to Mystical Tutor.
Probably a ghostly flicker.
Gonna have to get the Ghostly Flicker. Now we're gonna go to draw.
Oh, this is upkeep.
Yeah.
Okay, so draw the ghostly flicker.
So let's go ahead and play a mana crit, and we're gonna have to pay a 1 tax. Yeah, we're gonna pay tax.
Interesting.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So we're gonna have to tap here and float 2 colorless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I get that colorless token again?
You
please?
sure can. Here you go. Most useful thing I've done all game.
Thank you. I'm gonna go down to 1
Okay.
colorless. I'm gonna go down to 0 colorless. But I'm gonna use it again, don't worry. Because I'm gonna play
Be my
a
guest.
mana ball.
Okay.
Okay, now we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It is just Italian chef.
I know.
Because if you don't do it now, I will play Ouphe later.
Oh, I know.
Oh, well, yeah. Faux shoof.
This is not great. But we're gonna have to tap 3 here. 3 colorless. And we're going to tap here for a blue. And then do a blue and a colorless for high tide.
Okay.
Seems excessive.
It's a little excessive.
5. So you'd have 7 mana. Sure. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out like what the line is.
I'd have
here.
8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You got flicker,
6,
right?
7.
It's in his hand.
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. Up.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yep. Okay, got it.
So we get some high tides out. Okay. At this point, we pray that Godo don't have nothing, and we say go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
All the mana spent.
Ghostly Flicker.
We're gonna do Ghostly Flicker, and we're gonna target a couple things.
Chrome Mox and Mox Diamond?
We're,
Yes, those are the ones.
That's how you do it?
Well, he doesn't want to
Metal-
just discard at the end of his turn, does he? Let him use his cards.
Yeah,
We're
just
gonna
use
do-
all the cards if you got them.
Oh god. Mana Vaults and an island. With that on
Can
the
I read this?
stack, yeah, I'm gonna throw Naru on, holding priority. So Naru is gonna be on the stack.
Targeting Ghost.
Targeting move.
If it
I
doesn't,
would like to respond.
Mana Vault and an
I
island.
was hoping you wouldn't say that.
This is the most expensive red elemental blast I've ever spent
so fun.
for Ristic Study and for Thorn.
It was so fun until it wasn't.
We'll blast. I mean, I suppose the correct one is the Ghostly Flicker.
You wanted to stay on the field.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna target the Ghostly Flicker.
I really thought I can do it. I had like the most flush hand. I just had to fight against the Thorn, and I already knew Rebel's hand because of a previous Gitaxian probe. And Patrick in mono green, I was like, he's not going to stop me right now. It was all about Godo. Godo had like 4 cards, and if he had the red elemental blast, I'm like, he probably would blow it on the Constings, right? No, Ghostly Flicker to the graveyard. Ghostly Flicker is going to get countered. You know, Rebel had
Poggers.
nothing.
Telling.
Patrick had nothing.
Telling.
Had to gamble and say you had nothing.
I had nothing.
Naru's
You don't know what I
gonna
have in
enter.
my hand. You know what I have in my hand. You know what one of the cards I have in my hand, but you don't know what the other one is.
We're gonna enter. We're gonna cry, and
Cards in hand?
Oh, we got an attack. We got an attack.
Oh, that's true.
But I will die pretty soon to Ashaya, so I'm gonna pass. Ooh, we get to draw cards though.
I needed to draw an untapped land there, like really badly.
That was rough.
That was game.
'Twas?
If I draw an untapped land here, I win.
You don't know what's in my hand?
Yes, I do. You have a
One of them. 2 of them.
You have no mana. You have 1 mana to play a spell. Oh, and the guy's Griddle. It's Force of the Green Force.
Sure.
Yeah.
Force
sure.
of the Green Force.
Force of the Green Force. I know magic cards.
Force of the Green Force, yes. Untapped mana. 2 cards left. 1 collector Ouphe. And something you don't know about.
Slowest Godo win?
Slow rolling the Godo in.
It's really looking for the long game.
Yeah, we're there.
It's really for the long haul.
We're there.
Play Brizzle Squizzle.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Wow.
That will help.
He's merely a creature.
Not
when the Ouphe
hits.
I am paying, not paying Ristic Study mana.
You just figure, what good is 1 more card to this broken Naru? Is that what you're saying? Ouch.
Underestimate.
What, cards in hand at this point?
I
1, 2,
may or
3,
may not
4,
want to keep
5,
red
6,
mana
7,
available.
8, 9.
We did bear witness to red mana being extremely useful last turn,
It's true.
and we're gonna pass it on.
Interesting.
Pass it on.
Draw a card. What's this?
We're back.
Did you not swing?
No, I didn't.
So disheartened that he didn't swing.
I guess so. I won't forget.
I bet. This guy blocks. That's what
I
he does.
know. Well,
Don't
I
want
do
blockers.
want it to block. I'm not gonna lie. Even if you double blocked, I'm okay.
Cast Savine's Reclamation.
Oh.
Targeting Dockside.
Oh, so spicy.
You can draw.
We knew it was coming. I saw it in the hand. I can draw?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
This is not art.
It's on the stack, the Savines. I'm gonna pass on the Savines.
All right, Big Daddy.
I'm passing.
You got Big
You're
Daddy.
the man. You're the man.
Stop talking to me.
I'm like the rebellious son. I was like, no, you can't do that.
Oh, it sucks to be Big Daddy. Resolves.
Oh yeah, there's a fucking.
Yeah, there's Graftator's Cage.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Big Daddy got him.
Oh man, the cage.
There's so much shit over here.
That sucks. Was kind of hoping I can get back Dockside, but Guess that's not happening anytime soon. I don't have Abrupt Decay anymore. And I can't also tutor my way into like an answer, so guess we're gonna have to play the slower game.
He's in a cage of emotion.
Oh, that's so good. Creatures.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Back my treasure and play Docs. Oh, not Docs, Death Wish.
Death Ray Challenge.
Yep.
What do you think about Ristic Study?
We can draw. Who deck is it?
We've demonstrated that your deck is not a threat after drawing.
Half of it.
Wow.
Just at the end of your turn, let me think here.
Top.
To use the Sensei's Divining Top, look at the top 3, just at the end of your turn, Rebel. Oh, boy. Okay. And I'll take my turn. Life doesn't matter to Ashaya, and I don't need Mana Vault. So I'm going to go ahead and play a land.
All right, taking bets. Who thinks Patrick is going to play the Collector Ouphe?
Not today.
No? Give you 1,001 odds.
I don't know if you play that.
Oh, stupid ginger goblin.
We're gonna have to force a war. Oh, wait.
I'm holding priority.
Well, I mean,
Ooh, hold up,
Ouphe
hold
on
up,
the
hold
stack.
up. Couple things.
Yes.
Oof on the stack. Do you pay for the Ristic? We also can't play free spells when we have to pay tax.
Well, you just have to have the money to pay the taxes.
Yeah.
Money.
That's
The
about-
money. Mana is money.
That's it for triggers, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Ouphe is on the stack. I am still holding priority. I'm going to go ahead and have the Sensei's Divining Top to draw a card. Put this on top. You can draw
Hey,
two.
look, you got to draw two.
Yeah, you get to draw two.
One.
I will go to cast Yisun, the Wandering Bard. I'll tap 1, 2, 3.
Tapping as a forest or an elf?
A forest.
Okay, just checking.
And that's that. And you have a Ristic. Do you care?
Do you care?
You know, I really don't.
The most well-fed boy you've ever seen.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Like, with your list right now, I'd rather just swing at you anyways. So I don't really care, but then you're going to let Naru die. So I can't have that happen. Am I going to pretend that Ristic doesn't matter at this point? Is
I mean,
that really-
I've been acting like that the whole game.
I know, it feels weird though. Am I just going to pretend?
We could deck him.
I know.
We should probably.
He may.
It's a real threat.
I do want to swing at something, because that's what's fun about Ashaya.
Kind of big boy.
Yeah, no, you can draw. So 9 Ashaya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Awesome.
Beefy.
Okay.
I love my friends.
Beefy. We're gonna go ahead and move to combat. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I will swing along a ding dong. You will block with Naru Meha.
He is kind of close to winning.
You're gonna get rid of my Ouphe. You guys should protect the Ouphe this time around. Please. I will swing at you.
Okay,
Godo.
I'll block with the spirit.
I figured as much.
Forgotten Orchard.
I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Because you don't know what I have in my hand. Are you worried that green can interact with you? You don't know what's in my hand.
I mean, likewise. How about that?
On upkeep. Just gonna draw. There's a lot we gotta do here, and that might have just
Monocle?
changed it.
Life?
Oh yeah, I'm losing life.
Metacrypt? Roll?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to roll for that.
Do you do odds damage?
No, evens damage. We don't like those.
You should just take it.
Agreed.
Skipping right over both the mana cards.
Wow. Too eager to get in the game there.
So we're gonna start with probably our favorite thing, which is gonna be getting rid of Collector Ouphe. Because that card is...
Third time today.
That card is the balls against me.
You're gonna try to go off now?
Always.
Okay.
2 mana.
Can you do this at
Give me that
instant speed?
colorless, Phil. Hit me up with that colorless.
Allow me to serve you some delicious colorless token made by Arcade Post.
2. 1. 1. Boom. Keep it there though, because I'll probably use it again.
No problem.
Let's lose some more life. That's 3. And I'm going to into the Royal targeting Collector Ouphe.
3 mana.
I did.
No kick.
No kick.
You just
Just
want to bounce
straight
into
up.
my hand.
Straight up. Just get rid of it.
This is
Don't
fine
want to
by
see
me.
it. Don't want to know about it.
Enabling artifacts everywhere.
We need this.
I just wasn't expecting your deck to be so stacksy.
Yeah, it's kind of stacksy.
I suppose
playing
a
this
turn one is just
feels
so
stacksy,
stacksy.
right?
Yeah.
Here.
There's maybe like 4 stacks elements.
Gotcha.
The Mana Crypt's here.
Like a Manglehorn, this. Collector Ouphe.
There's so much I have to do to just even play the game right now.
But you can play at instant speed.
No, I can't.
tiny violin.
Give me 1 second. This is rough right now. We're gonna cut to break.
Just so hard being the man. I mean,
Just enabled
just
Brass
so
Squire
hard.
and is going to pass. Please, did you not? Just into the royal for no reason.
No, I'm gonna do some
Okay,
stuff. I'm gonna
okay,
do some stuff.
okay.
No, I'm really trying to do some stuff.
Big Daddy stuff.
Yeah.
Big Daddy stuff.
Big IQ, Big Daddy plays.
I have 10 mana, and the problem is Gravedigger's Cage.
Was it BDE? BDE?
It always
BDE,
comes back
yeah.
to bite you. It always comes back to bite you.
You know, you could have roiled the Grafdiggers.
True.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
listen.
Grafdigger shuts off Yisan too, so that's pretty good.
At this point,
Yisan
it's a
is a
beater.
forest. Yisan is a forest. And an elf, right? No, he's not.
it's in the hope that someone else removes it for me. That I get to do something with Yisan.
That's why I put the squire down. I knew the Ouphe was coming.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But I trusted my daddy.
Gotta do that.
Your daddy is just
Failing
flailing.
you.
Flailing.
Just like my real one. No, I'm kidding. My dad.
He needs his floaties.
Yeah.
He's like in deep and he doesn't
Wait,
know
wait,
how
you
to
just-
swim.
3.
Okay.
That's 4.
Just put it on the stack first.
I know. That's 5. Daddy just wants to play a little bit, but he's just like.
Is the Consphinx not doing it for you, Daddy?
He's gonna play another proxy card with the form engine.
I knew that shit was in your hand.
Yeah, he's.
Look at
Daddy's
these glorious
going
proxies.
deep. Daddy's going deep right now.
So it copies a triggered ability. What else is
Oh, I wrote it all down for you.
Please tell us.
Activated or
We can copy activated triggered abilities. We can copy instants or sorceries. We can copy permanent spells that we control. So there's that.
Spicy.
Daddy can do a couple things. And Daddy only has 2, 4, 5 mana left. And that's kind of hard in Daddy Land.
Daddy land.
Oh, wow.
Daddy gonna discard is what Daddy's gonna do.
Daddy's going to discard.
Gents, we get to live another day.
Oh my god.
Apparently.
This is so sad. This is so sad. Like it sucks being Daddy sometimes. And we got a freaking Deathrite Shaman that's gonna eat Daddy's ghostly flicker, so.
Can you tap it right now?
No, I can't.
Don't tell him. Stop it. It's a secret.
Alright, Daddy can do one more thing, he thinks.
It's just been on the board so long because Daddy's been taking such a long time. Is that a laugh or a cry? Or he was clapping.
Daddy needs his time, damn it.
You know what?
Get Daddy another beer.
Daddy's going to discard.
Does Daddy want another beer? Does Rebel want another?
Daddy needs another beer. And finally.
Y'all don't know what's in my hand. Am I gonna cast Collector Ouphe for the 4th time? Hold up. Daddy better pop that litho.
Daddy's intuition.
Okay.
He's done.
Ready
Just
to
a
draw
whole
some more
lot of
cards.
shit.
That Grafdiggers is like, BAM!
Wow, draw some more of you, Phil.
I'm gonna attempt to cast my commander.
I feel so bad.
So I totally announced that Force of Will, and Godo had to eat that.
Daddy's gonna say something about that.
I will pay 1 for a stick.
Okay.
So it's 7. Okay.
You can have your color list back, by the way. I appreciate you. Daddy's gonna pay 1.
Daddy's like, you shouldn't have let the Consphinx out.
He's gonna force a will.
This is so awkward.
It is. It is. And he's going to pitch his mental misstep to do so.
Damn.
It's Daddy on Daddy violence.
Yeah, it is.
You've seen it here first.
I mean, I had Force of Negation, Force of Will, Mental Misstep, which I dropped off into the bin, and they're like, Daddy, that's probably a misplay. I'm like, no, don't worry. I got other stuff.
Okay. So we know he has Force of Will, but this is about sending a message. And you know what? At a certain point, you just gotta cast your commander, and the win's on board. And at this point, if we're gonna have him burn a Force of Will, we're gonna have him burn a Force of Will. So it's worth making the play on the off chance that, you know, Rebel or Patrick are able to draw out some more counters and we're able to continue things here. Off to you.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, it's either you win or you don't.
Yeah.
50-50 shot.
Oh, still got a bunch of lands, still got a bunch of plans.
I mean, the Ouphe's coming down again. Gotta try to get it in while you can, right?
Well, at least it wasn't forced. Because he wanted to force it the other turn.
God, I'm just like throwing it. I'm just throwing it at Ouphe right now.
Alright, Rebel. Drop that Giganta. Let's see it again. You don't want to tap out for Giganta.
If I tap out,
Sweating right here. Sweating.
The whole world's gonna see
Daddy's blunder.
this situation.
This is a game. This has been
I can barely lift your graveyard.
It's really long.
This is a great game. I'm loving it. I love this.
Yeah.
This is like we had Opposition Ancient. It just went beyond.
Position ancient, yeah.
Basically, Grafdigger's
Just
Cage.
failed to front.
He's
no,
untapping with Daddy Easton, by the way.
It's true.
You have a Grafdigger's Cage to play.
Feels good right now.
Man,
Gotta think he's a little bit here.
take your time.
Daddy, I hope you got something for this turn.
Daddy still has the longest turn award.
Daddy's got something for everyone.
We're gonna cut some of that out.
Got something for everyone.
Is that your grave?
This is
Yeah.
my favorite.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, damn, you just got like Rebel over there with daddy hands.
Big old daddy.
Big old daddy hands.
Big old daddy hands.
Oh my god.
I mean, there's a very narrow and thin path to victory over here, but it is narrow and thin.
No, we are divergent.
It
over here.
exists.
Like daddy's hairline. He keeps telling himself.
Wow.
Oh, that hits too close to my home.
Sorry.
That's all right. I'll
okay.
just shave my head one day. Everything will be fine.
You hate ginger so much.
I hate myself.
Tyga?
The Daddy on Daddy violence.
Chop
is nothing
Island?
but ginger.
Take a drop.
2 for a gamble.
Ooh,
Gamble.
Jumble.
Jumbly.
With how many cards in hand? Oh,
He looks to his hand.
3, 4.
And he
Quite the
wants it.
jam.
it's a 20% chance.
Should we let him
Yeah.
have it? Will you?
Yeah, I don't know what's in his
Ristic
hand.
study,
I don't know
ristic
what's-
study?
I have no
Oh,
idea.
we can
Ristic
talk.
study.
All right.
I have no idea what's in his hand.
You did just get rid of the mental misstep, is that correct?
We did.
Just checking. Yeah.
It's exiled, right?
Yeah.
You know, we have a when we play, we call it mental misplay, and that kind of feels like what that might have been.
You think so? You
That's
think so?
fine.
But we don't know what's in your hand.
Exactly, you don't.
Don't
You
know what's in
clue.
my hand.
You know, it feels really good. Being able to search your deck and not be afraid of anything happening.
Yeah.
I wish Yizan could live without that fear. Sorry about that. That's okay.
Super random. Reroll on 6. Here you go.
Hit Giganta. Daddy always hits Giganta. No,
Was that 2?
That's 2.
It's a Ristic Study.
Oh no, I saw that earlier.
Did we?
I did.
Oh,
There was
that's
a
not
gift
good.
probe that
I
happened.
probed that. He
That
didn't
means
want
that
that.
the gambled card is not that card.
Nope, he hit the gamble.
Maybe it's just a defensive card.
It does both.
I'll take.
Oh my god.
That's a lot of mana.
That's a lot of mana.
Also, leaving Death
Oh,
Ray
he gave
open.
you a Ramp King!
Yeah, I
Oh
can
my
block
goodness.
again!
You know,
Fuck yes!
Underworld
Ooh, now
Breach.
that is a scurrus.
He's throwing it out. Is this bait though? Because players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries?
Is it cast spells?
There was so much jailbait. You should have seen how much jailbait Rebel threw at me 2 different times. But Daddy wasn't falling for those.
Players can't cast spells for
It was
graveyards or
bait!
libraries.
I know.
It was Daddy bait!
In that case, I pass and it's coming. It's the game.
I call that jailbait in that.
Well, that was jailbait.
Read the cards.
Daddy didn't take it.
Yeah, I really sold how good Grafdigger's Cage is, you know? It stops Savine's Reclamation on a dockside, and it also stops a breach that's resolved that you gambled for instead of, you know, leaving mana open to maybe save the game.
Do I want to do anything at the end of your
Twice.
turn?
Get hosed twice.
So I'll tell you what's in my hand. it's a Beast Within.
You punted. You punted.
We're gonna cast a Beast Within.
Beast within. Are you?
1, 2, 3, 4 for the tax.
Oh, that looks like.
What?
What about this tax?
Oh, I thought you were targeting the tax. I was like, what? Why?
Beast Within's gonna target the Grafdigger's Cage. Gotta try. Might as well force this counter.
Yeah, it's a force. Force back.
Yeah.
And then.
Forcing the force.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to exile something. Right? Yeah.
Pitch a blue card.
Pretend like I don't know the card.
Let's see here.
The graveyard's taller than the deck now.
1, 2, 3, 4,
It is
5,
not.
6, 7, 8.
It's going to be when I draw it too.
All right, Chief.
Ooh.
Daddy's
do
Chief
we
Daddy.
untap the mana vault? Never. And I will go to draw. You draw?
So what we learned is that mono blue decks require drawing half of their deck in order to win the game.
Yes, more than half their deck.
I'm gonna cast a Sensei's Dividing Top. I'll cast
Whoa.
Sensei's by tapping.
Shocker.
Will you pay the Ristic tax?
Draw. We are going to look at the top 3. I'll draw the top of my deck. Go for it. I will cast a Collector Ouphe.
Okay. This is where Daddy must respond.
This is the most surprising turn. So unexpected.
Ouphe me once, shame on you. Ouphe me twice. Well, that kind of sucks, but Ouphe me 3 times? I don't think so. You're hitting the original counterspell with that one. You know, 4 times? You played it 4 times?
I did.
You probably did, yeah.
I'm gonna counterspell.
Just trying to blow him. Go for it.
Yeah, you gotta get through them.
I will cast Horn Frostfang. Like such.
Painfuristic?
No.
We really are gonna deck Big Daddy.
I'm gonna move to combat. I'm gonna swing at you, Godo.
So I'm not going to block here. There's a couple reasons why I'm not going to block. My life is a resource, right? If you draw a Treasonous Ogre, that's 3 mana I'm giving up. But at the same time, I want Patrick to be able to draw a card because this is probably going to be our last orbit. Maybe I'll get another turn. The other thing is that I have a Conqueror's Flail in my hand. And what I could potentially do if I get another turn is if I draw Cart Clan Ironworks, then what I can do is play it, use the Brass Squire to put the Conqueror's Flail onto my Spirit token, and then sacrifice the Brass Squire, and the Conqueror's Flail is still equipped. So that is a secondary benefit here, but we do also want Patrick to draw a card to see what happens.
Yeah, fine. I'll take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Pass.
Look at how low he is. Secret check Lightning Bolt, guys.
Okay, here we go.
Did you roll for crypt?
We're going to now. Evens, I
We have
take
a house
damage.
rule that if you fail to roll for the crypt, you just take the damage.
I usually just do that anyways.
Yeah. Because it's shameful.
It is shameful, I'm sorry. Daddy should know better. But he's gonna win right here. I'm gonna put you out of your misery.
So confident.
Yeah.
Remember what happened last time?
I don't think he has any more
Yeah.
counters at this point.
I do. So to
I was
start,
playing blue.
2?
I'm gonna need that colorless token, please.
It's like falling on a sword or something, like helping keep track of how I lose.
2, because we're tapping the mana crypt.
Sure.
Then we're going to do 2 here.
2 blue.
I'm gonna need that blue token, please.
We're gonna use it's a red token, but here you go, bud.
It's 2 blue right there. Actually, you know what? Let's just hit him with the Ancient Tomb. Let's really go down. Go up to 4 colorless. Pain like this. 1 blue and 2 colorless. We're gonna cast Dramatic Reversal. Yeah. With Dramatic Reversal on the stack, I'm going to copy it with the Lithoform engine.
How much mana does that cost?
I think it's 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Copy target this for sorcery. So 2
Do you have to tap the little
here.
Yes.
Tapping Lithoform engine.
To put a copy in the stack.
We're gonna go infinite here.
Dramatic
copy
reversal would
on the
resolve.
stack?
So
Yeah.
the copy is going to resolve first, and I'm going to untap my artifacts.
Okay, so the copy resolved.
Mm-hmm. Copy resolves. While this is still on the stack, I'm going to float some more. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, blue. I'm going to do it again.
For folks at home, this is infinite mana of colorless and blue.
Yes. I'm going to go infinite here. Okay. So if we've achieved infinite,
I'm gonna take these back.
yes. We now can go ahead and do Blue Sun Zenith, targeting myself.
So Blue Suns is the only card in your deck.
Blue Sun's going to be the only card in my deck. Okay, now we're going to think. Now I'm going to play Whispers of the Muse with buyback. So I'm going to draw my card, and I still get buyback. And now I'm going to make you draw 1,000.
I die.
I'm going to buy it back. Make you draw 1,000. And make you draw.
Killed Rebel last.
Landing that early Consecrated Sphinx was everything. That card drew me probably 40 cards, 50 cards this game. Something ridiculous. I needed all of those to win though.
Got there.
It only took how many draws?
That was enough draw.
How
Someone
many
in the
draws?
comments, please count how many cards he drew.
That's disgusting. It was on since turn
draw
3.
that
This is
many
like turn
cards.
10.
All right, guys, that'll do it for this episode of Brew Wars. Let us know if we had any misplays. Why don't you in the comments section? Did anyone miss a draw? I don't think so. But congratulations, Naru. Congratulations.
For all my Naru boys and girls with the Naru Discord, do not give up hope. We're almost there.
Again, my name is Patrick Marlett.
Rebel.
Phil, playing for Ram King.
Consecrated Sphinx.
And that'll do it for this Brew Wars episode. Congratulations, Justin, for going unpunished that long. When you have a Consecrated Sphinx on the board for a majority of the game, you're likely going to win that game. And that was the perfect demonstration of why that card is good. If you didn't watch my Hidden Gems Blue video, well, I talk about that card extensively, and it is killer in mono blue lists. So I'm going to claim this victory for myself as well for plugging that card. It is so good, as you can see. Now, I'm sure Phil wanted to aim that REB at the Con Sphinx, but that ghostly flicker was the chef's kisses. Now, guys, what were your favorite plays of the game? What were your least favorite plays? What plays would you have done differently? I would love to know in the comment section down below. And of course, there's a special shout out to my Brew Babies and Brew crew members. One random patron will be thanked in this very instance, and that random patron is Cade Ormsby. Cade, thank you for being a member of the Brew crew. You are among the best. And for his thoughts on the monthly topic, I'll be speaking for Brew crew member Carl. Honestly, I don't think they should be separate. Competitive Commander is still Commander. If you give it a separate ban list, then it's not the same format. The people that want to push the Commander format to its limits will then do it with whatever ban list the RC makes the official one. People that are going to be jerks and pub stomp will still pub stomp the best they can regardless. I know there are a handful of cards that see disproportionate play in competitive settings and don't affect casual circles nearly as much. Oracle, Breach, Consultation, etc. being the prime offenders. Separate ban lists, though, set another barrier to entry. If a casual player wanted to play cEDH and see how their deck stacks up as a baseline before upgrading, it's possible they can't. It adds one extra, albeit probably small, hoop. Lower the curve, more efficient cards, and now make sure the cards aren't banned. I want to thank my viewership here for watching these videos and of course sharing them with their friends, because I believe they illustrate how fun competitive Commander can be. And of course, a special thank you again to all of my Patreon members for helping to support the content I so much enjoy producing. These videos take literal days to compose, so thank you so much for your support over on Patreon. I hope you all are looking forward to the next Brew Wars. I know I am. Again, my name is Patrick Marlett, and happy brewing, babies.